Welcome, Mr. Jordison, to Milan, and welcome to Linea Rock.
Thank you very much. Thank you. It's nice to be here.
So you're here to promote your new project, your new band. Now you're going to tell us about it, Martyr.
Yes, Scar the Martyr.
Okay, and which is a record which is coming out end of this summer. So it's September.
So fall, end of September, early October.
Okay, so do you want to introduce the new record to your fans? I mean, what do Slipknot and Martyr's fans can expect from it?
I think they'll be pleasantly surprised. It's a new project of mine that I've been working on for about 2 years now, and through the times of waiting on a new Slipknot record, I've just been in the studio constantly. So I wanted to develop on these songs that I kind of demoed in my spare time. So I went up to Sound Farm Studios where Slipknot recorded All Hope Is Gone.
Yeah.
Same place. And I just was exploring, a bunch of different sounds and a bunch of different interests that I had musically that I hadn't done outside of Slipknot, and I haven't really experimented on before. So I wanted to do a record that, I felt that was needed, and I thought that a lot of Slipknot fans would latch onto also in the times of waiting for a new Slipknot record. But at the same time, from what they know me of doing in Slipknot, also incorporating a lot of industrial feel, a lot of industrial tones, a lot of post-punk feel. And it's a very heavy album. It's super catchy, and I think the fans of Slipknot and fans of my work, they'll definitely like this record.
How much is important for you the fact of recording and creating music in Iowa, at home, actually?
Actually, it's very important. It's because of the atmosphere. The studio is actually literally in the middle of nowhere. It is really, there is nothing around, which I love because I can just immerse myself in the music and the creative process without any distraction. No phones, no television, there's no stores around, there's nothing but my drums, guitars, and the mixing console. And that's the way I like to work, almost cabin fever style of recording.
Can we consider Scar the Martyr a band, a proper band, since all the musicians involved, including of course yourself, are all from other bands which are pretty big acts.
Yeah.
So this is gonna be a band, or it's just
it's a full-on band. It was I had a lot of good luck, I guess I should say. It was meant to be because all the guys that are on the record are very well known, but at the same time were really up to this because it was a new venture for them as well, and they weren't doing anything at the time. So they really brought themselves and poured everything that they had into this record to make the band sound as a collective. So it is now coming to the fact of it is an actual unit in the studio, and now come tour time when the record comes out, it will be the same lineup as well, which include Jed Simon from Strapping Young Lad, Chris Norris from Darkest Hour, Chris Vrenna
from
Nine Inch Nails, and Tweaker. And it's been a real amazing experience recording with all these guys. I learned a lot, and the record came out way beyond my expectations.
So you are planning a tour, actually?
Yeah, we actually got some dates today. We're deciding on the right tour to go out, to start this. So it's looking very promising. It looks like it's going to be a really good tour to kick off in the fall, following this record. Okay.
Are you thinking about something special for the tour? Because I know you usually, also image.
Image concerts
is very important for you. So.
Yeah, I'm not really sure what we plan on doing. Basically, this band is definitely about the musician, and everyone is a master of their craft and their art. So I don't think that much image is needed because the music really does the talking. We really don't need to put on. I get that type of thing out in project that I've done before. And I always am going to have that with Slipknot because that's not necessarily an image with Slipknot. Okay. That's a part of Slipknot. It's not like we're putting an image on. That's who we are as Slipknot. So it's almost like we're not wearing a mask. Okay. But with this band is basically us as a collective just making music. There's no extra show there's nothing fake about it. It's us and our music, just direct.
Okay. I like to call it like an intelligent mixture of guitar and synths, what you're doing with Scarda
Thank
Martyr.
you.
What kind of audience do you think this is gonna approach? I mean, you aim to a classic rock audience or maybe industrial, post-punk? What do you think?
I think you kind of nailed it, actually. With the classic rock and overall rock feel, like that stems back to, of course, Zeppelin and the Who, on into Aerosmith and of course the Rolling Stones. Even though we don't sound like any of those bands, that's where the drive of the songs originate from. And of course, he coat that with a bunch of hypnotic, heavy riffs. And they grabbed the post-punk influence, and he grabbed some of even black metal and death metal influence, and he kind of just mix it all up, and it kind of becomes its own beast.
Yeah. Okay.
And it's like our roots are definitely in the rock element, and as you can tell, listening to the songs, it's a big rock record. It's just totally heavy. It's just super heavy.
Yeah, and the songs are pretty long in length.
Yeah.
Is this a choice, or they simply
came out like that?
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, like when we were, getting all the songs ready to go to mix, and we're looking at all the times and time coding and everything, I was like, they're so catchy. I'm like, they're really that long. I really didn't even know, that they span into the 6-minute sometimes range, or longer even sometimes. But it's cool, that's really what it took, and a good song's a good song. It doesn't matter how long it is.
Are you working on more songs, or the album is finished? No.
Yeah, we have like about another half of an album written.
Okay.
That, we had to cut ourselves off, of course. And that we have a bunch of material because we're on such a roll, and it's so exciting right now that we're still writing. We can't stop. So it's actually kind of good for the follow-up.
Is there any special meaning behind the name of the band?
No.
And is it connected with the sound and the songs?
It's connected with the sound and the songs, and it's a very tongue-in-cheek title, of course.
Okay.
So it's pretty out there, and that's what I wanted. It needs to strike a nerve, and I'll leave it at that.
I read you still don't have any title for the record. Do you have any working title?
Yeah, we have some working titles, but
but
I just right now. You just know it as Scar the Martyr.
Okay, let's tell the people that it's June right now, because maybe the interview will be released right after. So as we speak, there's no title. Okay, for the record.
Well, yeah, or by the time you see this, there is a title.
Okay. This time you also play bass on the record.
Yeah.
Playing other instruments is more something that you feel necessary to have exactly the sound that you want, or is it really vital for you to express yourself not only on drums?
Yeah, it is vital for me to do that. I love playing guitar, and when I was writing all these songs, I wrote them on guitar, so why not track them as well? That's basically as simple of an explanation as I can get. So when I was doing the drums for this record, I was sitting there and I would get a tempo that I thought was pretty close to the general area, and I'd lay down a part, like a verse and a chorus. And then I'd bump it up, like 5 BPM, and then I'd do another take of verse and chorus, and then I would go a little bit. Then I'd go slower in between, and then I'd pick the right tempo. But I would do that by playing guitar to it.
Okay.
That's how I knew what was going to sound right, what's going to help the vocal match it, so it doesn't get lost if it's not too fast, and the words are going to get jumbled, or if it's too slow, it's not having the right drive. So it's like trial and error on tempos, because I want to make sure the tempos are absolutely perfect for each song and how the vocal is going to be projected.
And how do you think you express your art the best? I mean, as a producer, songwriter, musician, and as a musician, drummer, guitar player, bass player. How do you consider yourself?
Just a songwriter.
Okay.
Not a drummer, not a guitar player, not a bass player. When it comes to being in a studio, I'm a songwriter. But when I'm live, especially with Slipknot, of course, I'm the drummer. I become the drums,
And what a drummer.
Thank you. Thank you very much. You know, drums are my main instrument. They're my biggest love. And, of course, you know, that's what I'm going to do live. That's where I feel most at home live, is the drums. And I know my fans want to see me play drums. Yeah. So why not stay there? You know, I don't want to go up to guitar for this band because the drums are super technical as it is. You know, so I have plenty to do back there. I'm going to be very busy. So I'm going to stay on drums for this. I'm not going up to guitar. I'm not doing anything like that. I'm staying at home on the drums.
Okay. And for Scar the Martyr on tour, you will play drums?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Drums live.
Okay. So you are considered, as we already said, one of the best and most influential drummers in metal of the last 20 years, let's say. Is this more flattering or more a responsibility for somebody like you?
It's definitely flattering. But, you know, there is a responsibility, too, because each record that I make, I have to try and do something that my fans haven't heard yet, or something that pushes my musical, you know, boundaries outward. I got to always keep coming up with something that I haven't done before. Otherwise, there's no point in doing it. You know, I don't like to rest on anything that I've already done. I like to open new doors and paint with different colors. And that's what was so fun about making this record, is because there's all of that. It was wide open for me to do whatever I wanted, and the end result has just been great.
Yeah. And did you work hard, I guess, on it as a drummer? But did you expect, to become, you know, so influential for a lot of fans and a lot of colleagues as well?
No, I didn't.
Oh, okay.
Because I was, you know, when we started Slipknot and everything, we were playing for ourselves. That's just how we were, and it's kind of like the same to this day. Is that I have to just create to please myself first. You know, I'm not going to do anything that I do not want to do, or I have to keep creating to keep myself interested. Yeah. You know, I don't like, and I love music so much that I want to know everything about it. I want to explore so many different regions. I've been fortunate enough to play with some of the greats, you know, like, you know, Ministry and Korn and Rob Zombie. That it's been, you know, it's been a good ride so far, and this whole album is, you know, perfect for me right now, is because I haven't done a project that's been this intense and serious for a long time, where I've been, you know, the head of it all.
Yeah.
You know, so this is a big step for me, and I think the Slipknot fans are really going to dig it.
You chose Rice Publer as a producer, which worked with Fear Factory, Rob Zombie, that you already mentioned.
Yeah.
Why him, and is the result as you expected it to be?
Yeah, I chose Reese specifically for the sounds that he gets. Okay. As simple as that. I like his production work with, you know, Fear Factory and Spineless Self-Indulgence, and I thought that he was going to be the perfect choice. Reason being because of the keyboard elements that we're going to be bringing in, and I love the tones that he gets, and he's dealt with a lot of technical drumming before. You know.
Okay.
So it was a no-brainer for me, and Reese was great. He really delivered, and I liked Reese because he was so involved with the songs, and like they were like his own. So I like a producer like that is very involved with the creative process, and it came out great, and Reese did a great job.
Is there any song in the record that means maybe anything special for you, that is connected with anything personal or anything that means a lot to you?
Probably my Retribution.
Mm-hmm. Which is?
It's just like a changing, you know, I've changed a lot, and like in the last year and a half, and better for it, you know.
It's
and,
like a diary of your life.
It's just like one of those songs on the record that's, I think a lot of the fans are going to be able to relate to, because it's all about revenge and you know, doing things for the better, not the worst.
Going back to the drums, you're a hero for a lot of people, but which are your drums heroes?
Oh, Keith Moon from The Who, John Bonham, Led Zeppelin, Peter Criss, Kiss, Pete Sandoval, Morbid Angel. Okay. That's Dave Lombardo, of course, Slayer.
And they're all an influence for you?
Big influence, yeah.
Okay. I read that as a kid you started playing basketball first. And
Basketball?
And that you were good at it. Is that correct?
Yeah, that is very incorrect.
Okay.
That is very
So you've
incorrect.
never been a sport guy?
Soccer and baseball.
Okay.
Yep.
So what happened next? I mean, why from sport you moved to music?
Actually, they're at the same time.
Okay.
You know, when I was younger, like this is like 4th, 5th, 6th grade, and I was doing drums at the same time. I obviously felt a more kinship with music. So that was my calling. It always has been.
Okay. You already won a Grammy Award. What that mattered to you? I mean, is that anything that you consider very important in a career?
You know,
what's next for you? I mean, what you aim to now? What's your goal?
You know what? A lot of people sit and say, "Oh, it's just an award," you know, and they kind of like brush it off to be cool. It was a major thing for us. It's one of the best things that I've been through in my career is to get something like that. And the reason being is for a band like us from Des Moines, Iowa, you know, where the odds are way stacked against us, where we're wearing masks and we're playing, you know, music that is so extreme, to be awarded a Grammy is like beating all the odds. And it sits right, you know, I have it on display, I have to. I'm not embarrassed to say it's right above my, you know, fireplace, and I get to see it every day and being like, that is a result of all the hard work that Slipknot has done. So we busted our ass to get there, and it was a great thing to get that Grammy.
At the moment, what's next for Slipknot?
For Slipknot, we've all been demoing songs for like the past year. Like, just speaking for myself, I have like almost up to 15 songs. So I have so many structures of songs. But you know, they're ideas and they're seeds and stuff.
Yeah.
So once we get into the writing process, you know, I'm just speaking for myself, like I said, you know, and I give these songs to, I've already given them to like Corey and Sean and just to check out, and everyone's excited, and Corey's writing lyrics and writing stems of songs, and Jim's got stuff, and it's all about the right timing when we get to it. But there is material, and you know, us doing these shows right now here in Europe are very important for us because we want to make sure that we're still, you know, just show people that we're still active, we're not going anywhere, and it's for the fans.
Yeah.
It's for our fans. That's why we're out here. That's why we're doing these shows, and the shows so far have been amazing, and we got more to do, so we look forward to that.
Okay. So thanks very much, Joy.
Thank you.
And good luck for this new project. And
Thank
everybody listening is going to go out now and buy Scar the Martyr. Immediately. Okay. Do you want to give them one special reason to buy that immediately?
If you like the Slipknot material, this will definitely hold you over. It's very heavy.
Okay. Thanks so much for your time.
Thank you.